Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Marble Racing Season 5. We are back with race number 19 on Sky Racing by Arrows 212. And yeah, looks like we have someone new, first time chatter, Zombie Nino. Nostalgic music. Oh, you can't go wrong with a bit of NCS, some old school tunes. Hello and thank you so much for the follow. I noticed you followed while I was offline, so thank you so much. Every follow is appreciated. Also, I want to say thank you to Dark Crow, who also followed literally 2 hours ago. So thank you to both of you. It's really appreciated. We're past the 150 follower mark, on our way to 160. So let's see if we can get there. And for those that are new, just to let you know what's going on, how this works. This is Ultimate Marble Racing. We're here with Season 5. Basically, you can sign up over at the Discord. I might be opening it up as well to a bit of an easier sign up for those that watch on YouTube, because I've had some requests from people that don't have access to Discord that want to take part. And our Dark Ocean Ulticat, well then, thank you for 2 follows, even better. Even more appreciation for you then. Thank you so much. Yeah, so there's sign-ups that open up between seasons where people can sign up to take part. As you can see, we have a point system, fastest lap for an extra point, and prizes for the top 3 at the end of the season. Current prize pool is at £100. Plans to grow that in the future if we can keep growing the community and growing the channel. I would like to grow the prize pool, but that's, future thinking. Hello, Pesky Bird. Welcome. You're on time. Yeah, anyone can sign up. We currently have 16 people in this season. It was a lot more open previously, and then we ended up with too many people, a lot of people that weren't necessarily watching because it wasn't through a sign-up system, so we made tweaks which brought them back down. But 32 races before we crown a winner, and we're just over the halfway point now. And this is a new track to this season, so let's head over and take a look. So here we are. New track for the season. Going to be racing through the sky, as the name suggests. Domesticated, not wild. Not wild. Got the fans cheering at the start line. See, we've got some Marble Minion fans. Got Eggbot fans. And, we've got some old school skins that we don't use anymore. So, the OGs will remember them ones. But of course, before we get everyone into their starting positions, we need to do predictions. So how many DNFs do you think there'll be? Totally new track, so unless you've played this one yourself, it's going to be a hard prediction. So you can spend those eggs and make your predictions, well, for those who are allowed to in their region, of course. Don't think you've seen this track before. No, I didn't see it before I started looking for tracks for this season, seeing what it was about. Interesting track. So while the prediction time is going down, we'll take a look. So there's a split section from the start. We have a couple of obstacles to pull you in. And then we have these winding spaghetti-like twisty parts, which comes down, filing you through into a straight. We have a jump up the middle, which looks like it's just going to send you straight into a tree. So might be advised to go around the edges if you can. Make your way down, racing over the clouds, dropping down again into a really sharp downhill. And then also just go flying off the edge. But you don't, you go up top, up to this point up top, and around into another split section. You'll roll back on yourselves into a bowl. A lot of chance for collisions here to try and gain some time or knock someone apart. See Peskywood going 300 on 2 to 5. Zombie with 100 on 2 to 5. And Boyer's going with 0 to 1. Bold for a UMR race. You know what they're like. Someone always finds a way. So then we have a zigzag path going through this wonderful structure here. could be a chance for people to get stuck here unless there's any kind of boosts or anything to prevent that. Then into some pipes and out onto the sky section. I guess it's all the sky section, but the open sky section. Then up once again through the final section, a couple of sharp turns, a drop down to then get back on yourself, and across the line. And with the DNF timer, or the DNF prediction timer, finished, let's get everyone spawned in and hit freeze on the time. Does look like it's going to be fun. We'll have to see though. 6 laps around this track, starting at the front. Cheese, Alfonso, Demon and Jimmy. At the back, Superbus, Eggbot, Shady and Stardust. Reverse grid order as usual from the previous race. Superbus taking the win and currently with quite a good lead in the series after a downfall by Azur. Let's see if Superbus can keep it up, or whether Azur is going to try and make a fight back in the second half of this season. Or maybe someone else will show up. Could see a surprise contender maybe. So heading over the little bumps, were with a slow start. So, don't know if you're going to win, Zombie. Might be a tricky one. You might have to root for someone. So quite slow through this section. Got a low speed area here. It looks like Demon might be coming out at the front, or is it going to be Azur? No, Azur and Pesky Bird actually have a bit more speed there. You see Cheese on the inside going in front of Stardust. Opting not to go up the ramp, probably a good call. Big hits off the trees. Iceman with a great line. Goes up into the lead. Demon and Cheese battling out. Cheese will cut in front, but Demon using that to an advantage to get the better drop down. Moon Superboss together and a big pile of everyone else falling behind. Eggbot and Azur going to block Stardust. Then Snorker and Alfonso dropping down. What's going on with Blur? We're just having trouble with the trees. Not a good situation for Blur on the first lap of the race. So let's head up to the top. A little bit too quick there. Iceman with quite a good lead. Yeah, a bit of a Blur moment already. Everyone in the bowl. Pesky Bird with a good drop down. Shady as well. Weep going around the outside. Going to be losing quite a bit of time there. But Iceman, great start so far. Just pulling away. Extending the lead early on. A hit there between Pesky Bird and Demon's going to set Demon back a couple of places. Shady also blocking Demon. Coming out of the zigzag, Pesky Bird is in second. Superboss in third. Good position for Superboss to be in right now. Looks like we do have some boosters to help them through here. Oh, Pesky Bird getting a bit stuck though. Superboss is going to go, but doesn't line up the tunnel. A nudge from Demon helping them out. It's going to slow Demon down. Look at them just bubble their way through. Jimmy with a bit of a slow entrance, going to bobble through gradually. And Demon running slow. Demon, I know it's a bit of a repetitive thing, but not going too well for Demon. Always having difficulties. See what's going on further back. Snorker. Weep's going to come past Snorker. Low speed and Blur. Oh, it's not looking good already for Blur. Is it going to be one of those days, or is it just going to be one of those races? Let's head back up to the front. We see Iceman already going on to lap 2. Good lead. Star just going to go in between. Fluids with a good drop there. I think there's some contact to make that happen. Eggbot's gone all the way back. Going to lose a few positions. We'll have good speed. Not quite going to be enough. Just stay in front of Jimmy. Going down, almost nailing the gap, but not quite. Jimmy with a bit more pace through there. The side rails only is a cool effect. It is pretty cool, yeah. It makes it look like they're flying through the air. And we have an issue. It looks like there's a bit of a slow zone here. And Snorker, Boy and Cheese have actually all come to a halt, surprisingly. As I say, something always happens in these races. So that's going to be F's in the chat for 3 getting stuck. Absolute disaster for those 3, and that'll be DNFs. That's 3 DNFs potentially already. Have to see if they get going again. And it looks like Superboss is closing in on Iceman at the front, trying to go for yet another win. But will Iceman give up the position easily? Could have a bit of a fight up at the front. Then there's a little bit of a gap now back to Stardust. That's not too much of a gap, still within reach, and then Moo just behind. Time to grab some snacks. I guess if ever, this is probably the right time, yeah. With some contact. Great play by Stardust, blocking Superboss, allowing Stardust to drop down. Sorry, Stardust hitting Iceman, allowing them to drop down for Superboss. Shady's going to get a great drop down as well. Iceman's lead now falling apart. Does drop down with Demon just behind. There's a great play by Demon there. Is going to gain quite a few positions. Then Fludes. And Iceman in shambles with the bowl. Yeah, the other 2 Balls of Steel members are doing alright. Stardust currently leading and Fludes in 6th. And Zombie eating chocolate right now. Sounds good. Any particular one? Oh, a dodge there by Super. I was going to dodge cheese and give Boer a shove. Focusing on their teammate, but this could be bad for Stardust. The slowdown might be too much. They're going to bump into Snorker as well. This is a costly play. Stardust does get moving. Cheese getting pushed, causing a pile-up. We could see someone else get stuck here, which could be good for those up the front, but that's giving Boer a good boost. Hey, you got some crisps/chips, depending if you're English or American. Yeah, we say crisps. So Boer on the move, currently in 14th. A little bit of contact there with Superboss, who's now up into the lead after Stardust made that sacrifice for the teammate. A big pack of Kit Kat. Classic. Classic Kit Kat. Take a break. Have a Kit Kat. So Stardust currently in 2nd. Superboss back up into the lead. If you're Australian, both crisps and fries are called chips. Well, that's just confusing. Why does Australia have to just be different like that? Just had like 10 taquitos. Not even sure what they are. There could be... There is a big group stuck. There is. There's been a pile-up. A big pile-up. And you know what? Snorker and Cheese will be very happy right now with this. Iceman, after a strong start, is now stationary, but we're looking at 7th down to 16th, all falling behind by a lap. So top 6 currently going to be very happy with this situation. Absolute disaster. I tell you what, again, it comes back to no matter how much testing I do, test all of these tracks. You guys and girls, you know, you lot all just have to show me up somehow. Every time. Can't just have a simple race, can you? Well, this is great news for Superboss. Potentially. It depends what happens when they get to the pile-up. Oh, I don't know. What's going to happen? Are they going to get moving? We're going to see more people get backed up. Is everyone going to get stuck? This could be quite interesting. There may need to be some fine-tuning made for the next season. Of course, we always do season votes at the end of the season for tracks to stay and go. Then rate the tracks. And if needed, tweaks can be made if there's a track that's good but may need some fine-tuning. Like potentially this one may need an extra boost thrown in on this corner. Keep things going. We're going to see what happens here. Yeah, there's just a bit of a slowdown as they all pile up. And you know what? We might end up with a stationary. If everyone gets stuck here, could have a problem. She's just going to pile in. Move going around. I mean, Fluids might get pushed far enough forward. No, it'll roll over to Iceman. Going to join Iceman, and I swear every season we have a race that ends in pure disaster like this. Oh, Shady navigating a way through. So that's what we have to do. Just do this. Look, Shady knows. Shady knows. Shady's on the move. Oh, it's all piling up. All piling up. We may have to think of something to do here while Shady makes their way around. Yeah, we'll focus on Shady. Do I stream every day? These races are Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. UK time. Say that because I could say BST, I could say GMT, depends on the time of the year. So I now just stick to UK time, whichever one we happen to be in at the time. And then I usually have like occasional streams in between. So at the moment, I've opened up a Minecraft server recently, running all the mods 10. So I'm trying to stream that as well in between and try and get more regular with my streams. So I'm actually streaming that after we stream today's races. So 2 races, and then there'll be a Minecraft stream. So yeah, trying to up the consistency a little bit, get some more days in. If Shady can get through the pile up thrice more, I will be shocked. Yeah, I'll be pretty surprised. Not once, not twice, but thrice. Thrice sausage rolls. Speed up. Yeah, you know, speed things up a little bit. I do sometimes wonder whether messing with the time changes physics at all. And whether that's sometimes why they work different in the races to when I'm testing. So I usually test at a regular speed for the sake of just seeing how the track performs. Slow it down, obviously, for commentary and actually being able to follow them better. And I see the hydrate redeemed. Actually might have to top up the water between races. Right, so it all comes down to this. Shady. Now we are past the halfway point of the You know what? You know what? For that, we're just going to end the race. Shady. I think Shady realised there's no point in even trying. Maybe they thought they could make the jump. Who knows? Just off the edge. Yeah, absolute trolling. So, great race. Absolutely phenomenal race. So exciting. And I think this is going to be the first all DNFs we've had in a long time. First video I watched was the Minecraft with the mods on YouTube. Awesome. Yeah, I noticed a couple of people have seen that, and yeah, had a comment saying it was quite good, which I'm thankful for. I appreciate, because I wasn't even sure if it was absolute complete rubbish. I'm playing it kind of for fun, I guess. I'm not the best, I'd say, at that sort of content. I'm not a regular Minecraft player in the slightest. I've only recently got back into it. Yeah, I'm glad people enjoyed it. Right, yeah, I think we're just going to have to go with all DNFs. Oh, okay, sorry, not all DNFs. Although Shady did go off, there can never be a 100% DNF rate. Technically, this would have been, because no one finished. However, it always at least keeps first. But well, interesting race. We were on lap 4 of 6, so if this happened maybe on lap 1 or 2, then maybe we would have made some changes and rerun it. However, that far in, and the fact that Shady just jumped off at the end just to really mug me off, no, not happening. My voice is relaxing, you almost fell asleep. I take that as a compliment. I've actually been told that before, I think, as well on stream. Yeah, definitely not your usual hyped up, crazy kind of content creator. I always think I probably sound a little bit boring in comparison, but some people say relaxing, bit of a nicer way. So, I appreciate it. Not even 90% of the distance, I'm 75%. I'm always chill. Because I have a mature voice. I've always had this sort of voice, I think. Yeah, I don't naturally get hyped. I can get excited, but I think my voice doesn't change much even then. It's just how I am. Pretty chill guy. Perfect golf commentator. Yeah. I don't really watch golf, so wouldn't be very good. Yeah, hype at hype moments. Otherwise, there's no need for it. Don't need the fake hypeness. I need, relax all the time, and then you get the true hype when it's required, when it's needed. They're the best times. Right, so with that one, I don't really know what else to say about the race. Great race by Shady, I guess. Iceman with the fastest lap. Yeah, good racing. Good racing. So, predictions. Can I even do a winning? Oh yeah, Shady's still at least on the ground. There we go. A winning marble. Congratulations, Shady. Congratulations on the win. Great racing. Lots of work put into that. Incredible strategies being shown there. And Super Boss as well. It's going to be great for the points for Super Boss. Yeah, very competitive. Very close. Came down to the wire. Choose predictions. What a surprise. No one guessed that outcome. Can't believe none of you guessed that outcome for this race. Absolute shock. all right next to each other. All technically right next to each other. I don't think I can give a no contest. We've never given a no contest or no points before. So I feel like the points do have to be awarded because we do have tracks that technically can wipe out, although this wasn't expected to be one. We do have like total extermination and stuff that arguably could wipe everyone out. But hey, this was a lot more brutal than the track that was designed to be the most brutal track of the season. So with that, I'm going to go and put the points over on the leaderboard. And we'll be back in just a minute with the standings. Alright, the results have been entered, so let's head over to the standings. Half points or no points. Don't really know how this game works. If you go fast, you win. Pretty good way of just summing it up. Summing it up. My brain's falling apart after that race. Yeah, pretty much. You sign up, you go fast, you get points. The faster you go, and the more consistent you are, because just the faster you go doesn't always work. Sometimes you do what Shady did and fly off. The more points you get, and then the more points, the bigger the prizes. Pretty much sums it up. So, following that race, Super Boss, quite the lead right now. looking promising for Superbus in the second half of this season. Azure in second, still in a fighting chance. Strong first half of the season, but falling off a bit. See if they can pull it back. Moo in third, 374 points. Fluids in fourth with 359. Jimmy in fifth with 357. Stardust in sixth with 339. Iceman in seventh with 333. Boer in eighth with 331. Shady in ninth with 326. Tied with Eggbot. Following that, we have Cheese, Peskybird, Wheat, Demon, Snorker, and Alfonso. And in the team standings, Tutti Frutti leading with their one member of Superboss doing really well, 369 points. Balls of Steel second with 343. Icebreakers third with 340. Eternal Darkness in fourth with 330. Grandmasters in fifth with 329. And then we have Green Slushies, Dogeballs, Ultraviolets, Marble Minions, and Snowballs. So it's still pretty close. Still got quite the season ahead of us. Rack up them eggs. Yeah, rack up them eggs. Get those bets in. Get those eggs going. Do have plans for those in the future. The spin-off seasons, one of which will involve those eggs. So make sure you keep a good hold of those. Try and save up as many as you can for that one. If that ends up actually happening, I do have plans, but whether I can implement them, that's for future me to worry about. You want to modify an emote. Fair enough. You can also spend them on doing things like that. So yeah, that is it for this first race. But as always, we have a second race coming up. That was a fairly short first race, I would say. But we do have Tri-Spinner Raceway coming up for those watching live, so don't go anywhere. But for those watching on YouTube, that is it for this one. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.